So no one's here yet, right? No one's here yet? You know, I'm going to begin this video live, right? At the beginning, you were sheltered by your parents, you were fed by your parents, and at the end, you want to move out of the shelter and go get your own food. So your main thing is to get out of the shelter that you're already being protected. Means leaving HOME, ho, 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 going into your own 33, into your own sun. So you have a home, and you have to feed yourself. You have to work to feed yourself in order so that part of your life seems to be, well, it's removed. No, it's part of your life that you acquire in the working stages. And to work, to think, to learn. What is the biggest question? What is the biggest question? Let's look that up. What is the biggest question? Let me see if I can look that up. Let's see if I can look this up. What is the biggest question? What is the biggest question that has ever?
Here's information
what is the
from
biggest
New Scientist.
Okay.
According to Merriam-Webster, definition of scientist.
Okay. The big question. Let me see. I wonder if I can share my screen. Now let me make this smaller. And the big question, what is reality? Well, it's a word. So we are going to try and find out what is reality. I wish I can pause this. There was something I wrote down today. I keep collecting papers. One of them is hailstone, H-A-I-L, and you can spell it H-A-L-E. You can spell stone if you want. So we're going to get back to the biggest question. I want to go over, yeah, we're going to do the biggest question, right? So we got what is reality? And then what is life? And then we're going to have, do we have free will? You see that this one came with is 51, 15, okay, and then and it's what is reality, and we have the right, but we have the H at W. Now the W, we have the H at W, right? What? You see that? This is the E world, but it's in the spirit formation in the Taurus. So it's AE. It becomes the arts and the entertainment. Pay the rent at rent. The entity of the angels pass, the heavens of Venus. This is the house of Venus, the spirit in the house of Venus, 1-8, Reich, right? And it's the third Reich. Because the third Reich equals to what is 54, the sun, which is 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 equals to 9 equals to 6. Times 6 is 54, and 6 equals to 15. That's your rotation into the third house, okay, which is house 324, the divided gate of creation. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 8, 24, but it's really 30 and 24 because it's 18. That's how they say it. They say 10 and they say 8. Now, I might lose myself as I come back to explain about the hailstone and work my way up from this. I want to see if anybody's watching it all, make it more interesting for myself. There was something I wanted to write down that I did not. Okay, so I'm still alone here. Not fun, but I don't believe I'm alone, so I'm going to check here on YouTube. I have to, doesn't matter. I have to make sure that it doesn't matter whether I'm alone or not. Okay, so now we're going to get back to, we have the hailstone, we have the hail, where everything got divided. Here is that division. So here are the two houses. Here are the two houses, okay, above and below. House number 1, house number 2, and your hourglass of time in between. These two triangles come over each other. So these two triangles come over each other, right? See these two triangles? They pull over each other, one down and one up. Should I have had these corners all like this? Did I do this right? If I would have went from here, maybe I should have went all the way to here and then all the way up this way. Then I would have cut all these small corners here, right? Do you notice the way the flag, those striped flags of Israel, right? Israel. So you have this design over here. Now we're going to get these two squares. Why is this one over it so much? So much. Should it have been? You see, if it was there or it was going to be over here. So it moves. The reason I'm saying this is because this area space over here, see these two areas over here and these two areas over here. So this shifts, leaving at one point a greater pyramid here, a different size pyramid over here, and a different pyramid over here. So if I do this again, we're going to use this original one here. I just want to see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I should have did a 6. Maybe that's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, this is 1 is 7, 1 is 5. Can I have done it another way? Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I just want to see if my design is off because of it. That's 6. And now whoop, let me see. See, no matter what you do, they're always going to be shifting. Now, if I take this into account, okay, we're going to look at it this way. 9, 3, 6. And here we are going to go 1, 4, and 7. The Tesla vortex. Not sure if we should have that on. Anyways, I'm not sure if you really understood that. I can show you another design getting off the game that I'm on right now. Hold on. Is this it? No. Oh, here it is. Okay, you see these over here. You see this one over here and this one over here. If you take a good look, it's 369, 147, 369. But in reality, the 3 that you're connecting would be 147 and 2, 5, and 8. And the 3 you're connecting here is 3, 6, and 9. Here you're connecting 1, 4, and 7 with 3, 6, and 9. When you connect both of them together, or all 3, it'll create this one over here. So I don't want to talk about too much of this right now. Maybe we're going to get back into and 3 and 18 equals to 21, which is the cube, and it is when C and R come together. Again, remember, both worlds come together, sounding like CE, sounding like AR, where A is before R, noting that if it was Roman numerals, where 1 comes before 18, equals to what is 17Q, elixir. So we did this, I did that, I did this. I want to get into stone and the hailstone. So some people will just see the word stone, but I see the word first, and I see the word first one. S and T shows up in slang as first. S and T can also be looking at the East, a word that is in French. S and T can also have where O and N is the 14th and 15th letter, equaling to 29 individuality counts equals to 6 and 5, 14 and 15, which is 3.1415925, because creation begins here. There is no other creation other than having the spirit come into the house of bait, where 1 enters into the house of bait. And this is your minimum creation. In numbers, that is. So when you have this 1 over here, where pi is because it's been divided, there's a separation between the two sides. And then there's one side over here and then one side over here. That's how this design started. Okay, and that would be your 33 Earth. Why? Because the 9 lives of the cat is a 3x3 area space, to where ape is 22. Ape mass, or ape Sam, or the spirit of AM. The divided house and the connecting houses. The divided house and the connecting houses. I'm not really sure if I can show you this piece. I'm going to try to take a look in my phone. I don't know if it's going to show up. I think it's here. That M has to do with the federation. See this here? That's a federation. If you were looking at this in Roman numerals, that would be the federation. And did you know that this, okay, I want to show you something. That, and I didn't know it was that. You know, I made a mistake. I thought it's I am who I am, because that's who I am. And here it's that. Where is it again? The cross of the sun in the matter of Saturn, Moss, Itmos, Sitmos, 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 Christmas. So I'm just trying to think. Oh, we can see over here where the M comes together. Here's the A inside, dividing the two tunnels. That's your gematria. That's your gematria. I'm using this way. I mean, you can also, I'm not sure if it can be done this way also, to where this would be 7, this would be 5, and this would be 5. And the only way to connect these is with now a straight line, and that straight line would be 6. So I'm just thinking about that. I don't want to look at this. Let's not. But what we're going to do is, we're going to go 4, 9, 2, 3, 5, 7. I can't see. 4, 9, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 6, 8, 1, 6. So all of these are going to total 15. 15, 15, 15, whoop, 15, 15, 15, 15. Now, I'm going to change this pattern to the reverse pattern, And the reverse pattern is going to be 5. Let me see if I get this right. No, it's going to be 3, 7, 1. Oh, just give me a second. I forgot what I did. Anyways, let me go and see what this is. This one was 3. This one was 3. Now it's 1. This is 3. This one was 4. Now it's 3. Wait a second. This is 6, 5, 6, 3, 8, 7, 5, 3, 2, 9, 4, 17, 15. Did I get that right? 6, no, 6, 1, 8. 6, 1, 8. 7, 5, 3, 2, 9, 4. 15. 8, 3, 7, 15. 4, 5, 6, 15. 6, 7, 2. So 15. There's an equation I'm missing here. There's something I'm missing. Made a mistake. I'm off the subject. Too many things going on right now. So do we see a difference? Here I got 618 instead of 618. What I did is I added every one of these up to 10. So 4 and 6 is 10, 1 and 9 is 10, 8 and 2 is 10, 91 is the spirit, 46 in the 1 position, Zion, Israel, 7 and 3, 5 and 5. We can change it again. We can add it up to, let's say, 4. Let's add it up to number 4. So let's see what happens if we add it up to number 4. I'm looking for an equation. I mean, I wish I can stop and look through my paperwork if I feel like I got to run all the time. So we're going to go 9, 4, 2, 1, 8, 6, 5, 3, 7. So then 9, 13, 15, 6, 8, 14, 15, 5, 3, 12, 15, 13, 15, 15, and 15. I mean, we can bring it to any number. All I'm doing is adding numbers together, and they're always going to come to the same thing. I'm just flipping them over. From here to get to this, I added what? What did I do? I went into the house of number 4. That's how I did it. I'm searching for number 4. So now I'm going to search for number 7. So in order to search for number 7, I'm going to use this as my main grid. I'm going to use, how do I find number 7? Okay, so I find number 7 by using 3, by using 7, by using 5, by using 4, by using 2, by using 9, by using 8, by using 6, and by using 1. So we're going to end up with the same 861, 429 in a different order. So it depends which house we're looking for in order to get this. Okay, so that's the end of this. I think we didn't finish speaking about the word stone. Let's go back to the word stone. First of all, we have the 19th and the 20th letter equaling to 39. Now, if I had my programmer working with me, I'd ask it, tell me all the words with number 39. And it would come up and it would say 10. And then it would say 17 and 7, 24, 34, 38, 39. It would say angel. I'm not really sure what else it would say. It would also say this is part of the birth location. L. 9 and 3 is 12. L and 27. It's into the red house. It's at the beta gates. The reason for that, I take out this dice cube. I see number 2. I know there's 7 empty areas. I know in the empty areas of this 7 that this area is void. So they're all together. That means this spirit, okay, is in the void of the beta house. The only place it can be is in the center. The center is the only place that if it would be Rubik's Cube, that there are 3 and 3 and 1 and 1. There are only 8. The top and the bottom have 9. This cube is a 989 cube. 72 and 17, 89. 72 and 17, 89. Inside the center are all the combinations that belong here. 9 and 8, 17. So you bring these two together, okay, and you have 178. 7 and 1 equals to 8. You have 88. 8 and 7 equals to 15. You have 115 becomes, this is your game of pool, 120. So you're at the pole, okay. I have to, of the gateway of T. Why do I say this? Because there's 1 and there's 2. That's all there is. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 creates 3. The ring and the pole. 2 sides, 4 sides, or 3 sides. If you're talking about 3 sides, you're talking about a corner. If you're talking about 4 sides, you're talking about a round. If you're talking about 2 sides, you're talking about up and down. If you're talking about one face, okay, I'm not too, how can I say it? I'm not perfect at this. Sometimes it's a hit and miss for explanation, and I'm still learning myself. So what is the actual center? 9 by 9 is 81. 81 by 8 equals to 648. You ever see this before? That's the seconds in the day. It really doesn't matter which way it comes in. In the house of light, I don't even want to do the mathematics with this, but it's 81, which is the heavens of Venus, the house of Reich, 18. Where does that happen? It happens, and it starts with at 99, becomes 81 and 18, or becomes 18 and 81, which becomes 828 or 171. The cycle of Q. The bait house in Pegasus. That's where your gateway is for the spirit. You're supposed to play all these combinations. That's the way I do it. So when you have ST1, you have first 1. When you have the word on, you have 14 and 15 equals to 29, equals to 15, equals to 6, equals to 14, equals to 5, 3.14. I always look at on or no or Noah, right? 1 through 8. 18, the spirit heavens and Venus, the divided gates. So 1 also in nay can be birth. But if you want to look at what you hear and what the truth of what it is, it could be in Zen. It is through your nose, the 2 tunnels to the 2 different hemispheres of what can be. I'm thinking in your mind, in D. M in D, the divided house in D. This is the mirror world. A, B, C, D equals 2. What is 1, 2, 3, 4? Equals to a total of 10, 10J. So what happens to E, F, G, H, and I? Well, your A, B, C, D, E, F, G, your D goes into your F. Your C goes into your G, and your B goes into your H. A is inside I, playing the game inside the E world. And let's just call it Jack in a box, 266. 24th letter, 15th letter, 2 and 4, 6, 1 and 5, 6. I have to stand up. Sore leg. Need something to drink in the kitchen. I'm going to try and slow down a little bit. Maybe get onto something else. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Hi. Sound. You feeling? Is it? Are you doing better? Wow. Wow. Very nice. So let me take a drink here. Oh. Okay. So I can't really stay long. I have to finish my video. Can I call you back? Okay. I'll tell you my little story. Bye. I'm happy that it's done. Great. Nice. Happy. Bye. Okay, just give me a second. I gotta go to the washroom. Just give me a second here. Okay, I am back. Did I leave too many lights on in here? It looks pretty bright. Okay, wow. Anyone gonna declare? Anybody that hasn't been here before? Do we just have iBots on here? Too bad they have to put names. I wish they would make this where nobody has to say a word. You know what I'm saying? Just lost my screen. Okay, so we saw what was happening with the word stone. The numeric value for stone is 39. I don't like this pen. I just went out and picked up a stack of books. For those of you who want to support the channel, I think there's a link to PayPal or you can send it to my email if that's possible. Um, yeah, I don't. That's my last thing I usually talk about is financing. So let me get on to this. So 34 is the number one, and well, you know what's ironic about that is the reverse of one, right? Is this? So it would be the sixth stone. The first stone and the sixth stone, because of the cube, there's only six sides, so they're both first. But the numeric value for six is number 52. They're both three-letter words, so the value of one in a three-letter word would be 34 divided by 3, which equals 2. 34 divided by 3 equals 2. 11.333. And since it is a three-letter word and every letter gets a 27 value, okay, that would mean it's three letters, so 27 times 3 equals to 81 minus 34 equals to a total of what is 47. And 34 equals to 81. Now, when I do that, the word time is number 74. Number 74 is energy. And number 74 is, how about the initials? I'm leaving on a jet plane. How about ET? Energy and time. Energy and time. 1, 1, and 1 total, or a total of 22. Where do we get that? 4 and 7 equals to 11. 4 and 7 equals to 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 and 1 is 2. Why did I put 1 and 1? Oh, it was 121. Sorry, 121, which is actually 55. Your freedom 55. And not to note on that is that the 2 is revert of the 5. And where do I get these numbers? 2 times 1, 2 plus 1 equals 2 and 3 equals to 5. And we do that twice, one for each side, one for this side, and then this side for this side. And the bait house remains in the core between the two houses. So nothing and everything that I do has nothing to do with me. I take, yes, I could be biased in my choices, but I want to show you something right now. A lot of things, most of everything, and almost everything of my equations come from what already exists. It is the truth. Out of 100 people that understand how to count from 1 to 100, and they use a calculator, they can calculate the same thing I can. It works for everybody. For this geometric alphabet where everything is consistent to one letter, and that letter is the letter I, a dot and a dash. A dot and a dash, the dot for Mars with reason, because it has one horn, 51. But Earth has two horns. So now I can look at this one horn and two horns, and I just got this. Here is the two horns of Earth, but here is the one horn of Mars. Whoops, sorry. Here is the two horns of Earth. Here is the one horn of Mars. So if you take that a little bit further, you would be at Neptune. You would be connecting to what is Deimos, Phobos, and Luna, to the dark side of the moon, the pitchfork in Green Acres. I don't do any of this. This is what these things say. Do we want to look at the smiley face? That every time we see a smiley face, or now what they talk about, the rainbow? So if I'm going to look at that rainbow, why don't I just add in everything that goes with that rainbow? And that we're inside this dome. So since this fork is forward, that means all my connections are going to come forward. Did I do that right? I didn't really do that right. So we're going to connect that, and then we're going to go. So now we have this sort of divided house right over here. There's this side and there's this side. The upside down smiley face. What is the reason for the rainbow? We have Neptune. 5, 5, 7, 2, 3, 5, 5. So we have 1. Everything is being separated over here. See, here is your gate from creation, from 55 into 55. Why? I'm just trying to understand that. But anyways, the end result, okay, is, do I get this right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 32. Venus, Earth. But the true number is 95. 14 and 5 and 16 and 20 and 21 and 14 and 5. So at the beginning, it starts with 19, and at the end, it is with 19. AI. The beginning and the end with AI. The half-life to the cube. I can't really explain this. I'm seeing something more in this tonight. I usually don't come and say it this way, but I just want to tell you also that Einstein, okay, also equals to number 95. And you know, EI, EIO, how about 5959 of the 60 seconds, of the total of the 60 seconds on the clock? This equals to 54, what we see in dots. But remember, the inside ball that's in the center has a value of 6. It is the empty core. It's right over here. You will see 26 cubes. You'll see 8 of 3 colors. You'll see 12 of 2 colors. And you'll see 6 of 1 color. And there'll be one in the center that you do not see at all. I value that at 6, equals to your 60 seconds on the clock. But the question is, what is the true value? Well, the true value to me, that it depends how many of these bricks there are. There is a total of 26 bricks. But forget about the bricks. I want to know how many colors there are. And there's 54 colors. And remember that you will have 45 and 9. When you throw this, you will be able to see 45 colors. 1, 2, look, 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, 4 sides, 5 sides, 9 areas, 45 and 9 colors all the time. The passage of the birth. 54 is the 9 times 6 totality, equaling, I think it is the sun. Is it the sun world or the sun birth? 23 and 33, 56, 66, 7, 68. This is 72. Birth, I think, is 28 and 27, 50. Here, this equates, birth equates to the moon, to both male and female, 12 and 13, which is both the male, the female. Also to note as the queen and the king as the 12th and the 13th card. But at the same time, when ace moves into the 13th position, okay, as the highest ranking card in poker, the king gets moved back into the 12th position, to where the queen comes into the 11th position for Q. Okay, I don't want to get any more into that. I'm still thirsty again. I'm going to go to the kitchen. I'm going to finish with the relativity to what is Einstein, what is Neptune, and what is 1776 to the cycle of the angels of day. Divided. Day. Divided. Just let me get a little drink. I'll come back. I hope the rice milk puts me in a good place. Oh, maybe I'll mix it with some chocolate milk. I don't bite. I don't bite. We need to create a program. I know there's a great program out there that we can be sharing all these stories from the equations on this planet, and we see what the equations say. When did math talk so much? You know, besides, you know, calculations, this angle, you know, math talks. If you cut it on this angle, you're cutting what on what angle? You need math to know the angle. You know that you use the word angle. You know that you cut it on a 45-degree angle. You use the word degree. You use the word angle. You use the word cut or draw. So both language, even if you say a number, it's a word. You can write it as a number. You can write it as a word. You can connect dots from this number to that number and not write anything at all, but just look at the coordinate dots. It's already noted. You can feed it into a computer program and it'll come out and it'll tell you other things, pending on the rules and regulations for what happens to that letter now. Well, if you're playing the game of Scrabble, that letter might be 2 times the letter. Since that letter fell on that word, it could be 3 times the word, and all the word is a consistency of all the letters in the word, even if there was a letter that was 2 times the value. And that's from the game of Scrabble. I don't know all the games. I don't know how to explain things exactly the way they are. I wish I did. If somebody was out there and they can correct me, go ahead. I am just the faucet that opens up and spits of water come out, and I'm like jiggling all over, knowing a little bit of this and that, but nothing concrete to be able to explain exactly what it is other than showing you the truth. So much easier through games. Actuality, they even have rules and regulations. Do you know ace is the highest valued card in blackjack? Ace is 11. In blackjack, more often than not, for the odds and consistency, if I knew what those odds were exactly, of your possibility of doubling up, and it says you can double up. On 10 and 11, you can double up. So what is 10? 10 is in the window. 10 is in the window. What is 10? A plus B plus C plus D. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10. If I wrote it as a word, equals to 10. That letter is J. Window equals to 88. How about Windows? I use that word for AI or Gigi, whatever that might mean. I'm not sure of that reality. And it's both words. You notice that use the dots. Baby, J, and I. So they have a connection. I didn't think of it yet. I keep thinking that this one is through the nose. And I'm not really sure. I think this is a general one. And the reason why this is general is because it's this that creates everything. The dot is Mars, and it's area, okay, 51. This is your 15, 20, 15, 20, 35. This is your 39 dot, relationship to 10 angels. So Mars in area is 76. Let's say to the spirit is 76. Let me go back. Okay, so we get window 88. The value for window is 88. 8 plus 8 equals to 16. 1 plus 6 equals to 7. 1 times 6 equals to 6. 6 plus 7 equals to 13. 6 times 7 equals to 42. You add it or you subtract it, and it equals to 84. And 29 plus, sorry, that was the minus. This was the plus. 55 equals to 26. 26 plus 29 is 55. 55 and 84, which you can use this as dog, game, God, queen. Now, any combinations of the reverse of the value of 62 or 26, 26, 2 times 8, 2 plus 8 equals to what is 10, equals to 16, equals to 26. The queen is 62, which is 31 and 31 equals to 62. So we have this connection right away to Saturn, as in 1331. There's a lot of numbers. There's a lot of stuff going on. Anyways, let me get back into window over here. So now the dice cube, the cube has 6 sides. We use 4 sides. Call it going around the cube. Okay, call it going around. There's 4, so there's 2 more sides left, the 5th and the 6th. Irregardless of which one I choose, 2 that I have not chosen, and counting in order and writing it down on a paper, this would have been the 5th and the 6th position, regardless of what you see on its face. But if we use it in, you know what I'm saying? If it was tilted this way, I'm still going to see 5 positions and 1. Just positions. Now, what is in that position? What is in the area space? Let's not talk about it. 5 plus 6 equals to 11. So we have window 10, window 11, 98, and 99. It is 9 times 9, 81. 9 plus 9, 18, equals to 89. This is the beginning of the Third Reich, the house of the rising sun. 18, 18, 18. 54 and 36 to the 7th gate. Where did these numbers come from? 18 plus 18 plus 18 equals 54. 8 plus 8 plus 8 equals to 24. 2 plus 4 equals to 6. 10, 10, 10 equals to what is 30 or 3, whichever way I want to look at it. In this situation, it's because what happens is when you come to 17, 18, and 19, you must say it this way. This is what the French say here in Quebec. Okay, when your tail, okay, meets your lips. Because that's basically, I live in this province. So anyways, where am I going with this? We did this, we did that. We got 55, what 55 is. We did Mars, we did the angels. I'm not sure if you understand. Nobody's saying anything. That number 54 is special. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals to 4 equals to 5. This can either be this way or this way because it's not a hard way. What I mean is what goes first, the multiplication or the addition, to say what goes first. In my instance, it doesn't matter. It's a star, an inside star and an outside star. Here's the short arms of the star. Let's call that what? The minutes. And the long arms are called the hours. So the hours are based on a 45-degree and 135-degree angle. This word 135 equaling to what is the sun pass. The reason for that is SUN 1, 3, and 5, or 19, 21, and 14. What this means is 1 plus 9 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, 1 plus 4 is 5. I make it simple. I go to the Pythagorean count, and I will come back and speak to you that what I use is I use the method of those who created all the equations, or the odds, or put colors in positions, or dots on a cube, or they created a deck of cards, 12 months to the year, 13 moons in every single year, 3 periods in hockey, 20 minutes each, 15 minutes intermission. In baseball, they got 9 innings. They got the 7th inning stretch, which actually happens at the 7th gate because it's 6.5 innings, or numeric value 665 or 56. It's a representation of number 3 and number 7, in which fits directly into what is the rotation of the 7th gate. The reason for that is seven, 3, this one and this one, and the word flow and wolf equals to this and equals to this. They equal to 121, which also is a Liberty number. Do you remember 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 3 and 2, plus what is 3 and 2? That comes to your 55. And then you can add these together as go 4 and 2. 1 times 2 is 2, times 1 is 2, and 4. Automatically, it tells me it's the division of the 7th gate. And why is this the division of the 7th gate? Division of the 7th gate comes up over here. 2 times 4, 8. 2 plus 4, 6. 7 comes in and divides between the lighthouse. I like to call 6 the light. The light, the holder of the light. And the house, the holder of the passing of the light to the holder at the 7th gate. Now, what happens now is the word 81 is one of the only French words that will say it'll be written this way. Most of the other ones, okay, say like this. So 30 meaning 30, okay, and 1. Now, if I look to where 30 and 1 is on my keyboard, I got the and sign. ET, okay, in French, to what DNA, AND is in English. You see, for me, neo, right, was 1, and was DNA. Der is red, okay, and it was 1 DNA, red sun. That's what I saw Neo Anderson as. It is the birth, okay, in the divided house. ON is in the numeric value for pi. NE, I like to call that the birth, the freedom house. 1, 4, and 5. Letter N, letter E. Northeast, I don't know what it is. Is it the northeastern star? I don't know. I don't know how that works. So when we have the 7th inning stretch, okay, what does it mean? Right? Starts at the 6th inning, and then it stretches all the way over to the 9th for the birth. Did you know there are 9 players on the field? Okay, and there's one at bat. One at bat. The spirit in the E world. So 9 on the field, and one are going to be the only 2 that might see the ball, unless the one on the other team swings. It never gets to this player over here. So this is your basic setup of the beginning of every inning, where only 2, okay, and 2 play and 7 to the void before they get involved. And when you look at this cube over here, you have 2 dots to the 7 void on this cube. So this is the basics. I try to take it, and now we have what we did the wolf, and now we have to bring Granny in and her teeth. Well, when I see T and you're going to tee off, we're going to get an 18 hole, so that would be the first Reich. So golf is be your first Reich on your 18 hole. The thing is, in professional golf, they're usually the qualifying rounds, the Q round. And then there's the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 3 days, 18, 18, 18, 54, the third Reich. Take it to me with my driver. Get me on the driving range, Jules. There's still an equation that somebody out there knows. I think it's the Saturn square, something like that. I forget how they get to all the 15s. There's a way to do it to get to. The cat. I need to stand up for a second. I also need a doctor. I've got a 9mm rip in my tendon for the past 5 months. So if somebody wants to come and pick me up and sew it up, all you need to do is anyway, no, just joking around. Oh no, I do have the 9mm rip. I'm just going to take a little bit of drink of chocolate milk and take a look at what my goofy cat is doing. What are you doing, goofy cat? What are you doing, goofy cat? What are you doing, goofy cat? What are you doing? What are you doing, goofy cat? Okay, let's get serious over here. I had my chocolate milk. Don't like what this rice milk looks like. It's my favorite. Okay, what haven't I covered? Yes. So the dividing gate of 6, 7, and 8, and I spoke about. Let me finish with the ace. The ace in blackjack, and now you have a soft 17 with the ace and the 6, and that's the same thing as your cube. It's also your last number before you reach the 10 age in the third Reich. 17, 18, and 19. It happens 4 times. The first time it happens, it's position, and then it happens again, but it happens after position. It happens with 7, 8, and 9. So I'm going to try to explain. In French, when you say 10, you will say 10, which actually is 509, because you spell it D-I. Whoop. You spell it D-I-X. So if it was Roman numerals, it'd be 500, and X1 would equal to 09. So this plus this equals to, if I'm right, 509. So the 509, if we really want to look at it, it can just be coincidence that 3 and 6 is going to interrevert to 4 and 1. This is our creation of the light. Nothing begins until 3. Now we're going to go with 5 and 4. So when we go with 5 and 4, we're going to go with 2 and 3. See, when Mars comes through Mercury, we come out with Earth and Venus to what is 5 and 4 to what is 2 and 3. See, it's all in the games. To what is 5 and 1 to what is 6 and 2. So what is 5 and 1 Mars to what is in 6 and 2 to Queen. So that would be 6 and 5, 11. That would be 2 and 3 or 113. 3, 4, 5. So that would be KC. If I want to use it that way. Anyways, I don't want to play with the numbers inside. This would be ZO, if you want to look at it basic. 20. Imagine Z and O, right? Z and O, Wizard of Oz. Also noted that I think Oz is valued at 88. I'm not really sure. Let me see. Oh, I wish I had this up on my wall. I usually do. Whoa. Yeah, I do. Here, Oz, 77. This comes together, 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 equals to 16 and 8, H. Although it's H, which is in 5, I'm not going to get into that. We're going to get into that one day, not right now. But we're going to get into that roulette setup and what's going on here. I don't have all the answers. I haven't had time. It took me a while to piece the numbers together, and they move. So where was I? I want to go back a little bit. We were on 88 window, right? For those who are still here, we were on 88 window. So like I said, this is what we're going to do. Window. Purple. Pegasus. 88. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10. 5 and 6 equals to 11. So now we have window 10 and window 11. The ring and the pole. There's two ways to look at the pole. It gets a little bit confusing for myself because I'm trying to think of a dot and a line. So and the dot is for Mars and the line is for Earth. And the reason for that is Mars is numeric value 51 and Earth is 52. So I only see one. Okay, that's on both sides of the fence. And over here, I see 2 that are on both sides of the fence. But this actual design can't be made. It has to be made this way. Because when we're drawing, we have to have a place to go to. I have to get to the points. See, my point actually ended here. So this one is going to tell me it's a 45-degree angle, which is the Fox Pass, okay, to the sun. 54, 55. And the reverse of this is, that's right, 56, 65. Back to the wolf, flow, 3 and 7. You remember if you had 3, 3, right? The question is it face to face? Because if it's face to face 3, 3, it's 56 and 56 equaling to 112, or it's 56 and 56 equaling to 13. 5 and 5 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. 6 and 6 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. This would be September. It would also be Mercury. But since 1 doesn't exist and nothing exists until 3, what we would also have is the letters JC, maybe Jesus Christ, I don't know. Okay, so we got September, which is the sept, okay, equaling to what is 7, and it is in the 9th month. Valued at 103, to where what comes together? That's right. Earth and Mars comes together, is valued at 52 and 51, equal to 103. That combination, JC, Jesus Christ. Now, what else I want to do with this is that if I was to use 5 and 1 Roman numeral 6 to what is 5, 1 and 1 to Roman numeral 7, to where Mars will get this degree and where Earth will get this degree, to where the dot was Mars, to where the line was Earth, we're questioning to where is the pole, okay? And why do we need to cap the pole? This is showing me division, or is it directly in the hole? I don't want to talk about that right now. So when I show this, if I wanted to do like in time and add the 2 minutes and the 1 minute and leave the 5 as the area space, I would actually have the heavens are within Mars and Earth. This totaling to 27, this totaling to 22. Why did I do that? So this is ape, and I like to call this life of IE, okay, at the gateway of Venus. Number 27 at the Venus gates. 22nd letter. These, although you see 1, 1, and 1, these are actually the I letter. We're only using capital letters in Roman numerals. So when you see this, it's not the letter L, it's the letter I. The letter I is the 9th letter in the position. We have 3 of them, equals to 27. We have 22 and 27 equals to what is this value over here. But when it comes into the effect, it comes into the effect at this value here, where one of the values is into Mars, where 2 others are into Earth. 6 times 3, 6 plus 3 equals to what is 18 and 9. And this is our house into the birth house of the Third Reich. I is what is 3 to the power 2, or 333. And in 333 we run, this is the cycle we run. 1, 4, and 7 times 31, 4 times 30, creation in Mars. And then our birth month here, 1 times 28, and there's a star on this because it runs in cycles of 3 is the cycle. It runs in cycles of 3, and 1 link is the leap year. Okay, I'm going to take a 2-minute break. It seems like my comments are quiet. I do not know why. I'm going to check out to see what's going on. Is the video working? Am I still live? Let me see. Wow. Just give me a second. I lost myself somewhere. Very quiet. I'm quite sure somebody wants to say something. Okay, I went through that quick because there's a lot. If you want to ask any questions, why do I say this? Why do I say that? You know what? I can say everything the complete opposite way. Makes no difference. If I said something wrong, if I made a mistake, my calculation was off, that's fine. Just 1 second. I was working on or looking for a design. You want just like, give me 2 minutes. I want to look for something. Here's Chaldean, because everything I do has already existed, right? Hold on a second. Let me bring a little bit of light in here. Right, so it'll be nice. Hold on a second. I just want to move this. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go through my pages. So this is Chaldean. And in Chaldean, there's 8 numbers, 8 letters. Actually, there's 26 letters that up to value of 8. 5, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2. So if there's a value in here, what's the value of this alphabet compared to the complete value of the other alphabet? Well, it's the same thing. 1 and 8 equals to 9. That is the reverse. What is the center of this alphabet? 4 and 5. You have 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, and 8 to what it 6, 7. Did I get that right? 8, 7, and 6 to what is 2, 3, and 4. So it's number 5. It's 5 and 4 and 5 and 6. So remember we were talking about the value of 3, the 7th inning stretch, the value of 7. It's right over here. And this will also say king, home, 7 and 11. 7 and 11. The word 11 is number 63. So anyways, and 54 is your fox passing the sun. So it becomes 3 and 4. 2 and 3, 1 and 2. 2 connects 1 and 3. 4 connects 3 and 5. So everything divides after 8, 7, and 6 to what is our vibration? 2, 3, and 4. 1 actually comes into the game and plays in the 5 position. So we would move all of these into the 5 position, although the 6 on a cube is the invert to this one. In this situation, each one of these will possess something of the same, and it is the odd number. 7 is not the same. It is a little bit different. 7 can be calculated. In fact, all these numbers can be calculated. How do you get number 3? Can't get number 3. But you can get number 5. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 3 and 2, 5. And can you get number 6? 1 times 2 times 3 is 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. Number 7, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is what? 3 and 4 equals to 7. How do you get 8 from 22? But we're not going to do it. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is what gets 8. And now I remembered something that I forgot to mention before. When we were talking about 88, the reverse of 88 is 66. That's your reverse to this planet. 2442 or 4224, whichever way. You got to play all the combinations. Anyways, this is your dividing gate. How does it work? Here's number 7. Here's number 9. 7, 9, 11, 13. And then over here, okay, is number 5. And then over here is number 3. And then over here is number 1. And you'll 5, 3, 1. So you have the S-U-N, S-U-N, the sun, the Third Reich. They call it Chai. Remember EI, like I told you? Okay, so now what happens next? Where's number 8? Well, number 8 is right over here. This is number 8. 5 and 9, like we spoke before. Here's your 9. 3 and 6 over 4 and 1. Where 5 and 4 over 2 and 3. So nothing has to do with me at all. So when we do these combinations, we're going to do the math that'll come from this. In this one, it's 7, 11 base. In this one, it's 73 base, where your creation is between the two. And what's ironic is that in this formation over here, Oh, I made that a little bit big. Whoop, I shouldn't have done that. Well, looks like the cube, eh? So what would happen is this would be 17 and this would be 20. So this would be anyways, I don't know why I jumped into showing you this, whatever. And then after that, you would get your 99 here to what your 55 is here. So if you're going 5959, you're going EI, EI if you want to go O, or how about Einstein? We always say, oh, this, oh, Canada, oh, say, can you see, blah, blah, blah. 59 minutes, 59 seconds on the clock. What is this? Oh, to show you that, let me see. Let me see if I can get that over there. Just give me a second. So let me see. I can't really reach out there right now, but over here, right over here, these are all where the hexagons go. Did I hold it? Yeah, they're right over there, right here where my foot is, right here where my foot is, right here. This is where they all go, right there, in that hexagon area. Just give me a second. It's getting hot here. Yeah, I really don't like the way my light is. See, I got my light hanging here. I can move it behind me, right? I can push it in, but it's annoying right now. Okay, so what did I do? Where were we? Yes, okay. Let me bring this part in over here. So where is number 6 in this? Number 6 goes right over here. Number 8 has taken part of 6 on the inside. So you are going to have 6, 8, and 6. And within 8 comes the 7th gate, G and H. 7 and 8, 15, 1 plus 5 equals to 6. The letter G and the letter O. Or how about 200 for pass go? So you have the 6, 8 coming together. So if we bring the 6 and 8 coming together, you'll have to what 3 and 5 equals to what is 4 and 2, 6. So where you have 3 and no, we did that. You see, you can't have a 1. You cannot have an 8 with a 1. But you can have an 8 and a 1 right over here. Because this, okay, is equal to that. 10, 8. Why? Because it's all voided. And all the missing parts, as the face of Rubik's tells me there's 9. As my keyboard tells me there's 9. As the ATM and the telephone tells me there's 9. I use it as 9. I know it's in fashion. I mean, it can change. But at least there's enough other elements that are working in the same pattern. So now we have that 1 and 8. So now what we have with this, we're going to have the 2 and 6, 8. So we have 6 and we have 2 and 6, 8. So we're going to have 1 and 5. So this is Mars and the Queen. There we go. And then we're going to do what is 4 and 4, 8 to what is 3 and 3, 8. And we're going to go teen space rotation in the sun mass. Call it SAM or call it the Christ mass. And when you call it the Christ mass, we're working at this number over here, which is the same number as Nibiru. And that's what's probably powering the mass. In, by, Ru. I have to look at that a little bit more. then when we get down to over here, we have the 4, and then we have one area that's going to go here. But what area is between here and here? Well, number 8 ended here. So we're going to have 10 that's going to come over here. You're going to have 9 and 10 and 11. And when you have 9, 10, 11, the divider for that is going to be number 4. Number 4, 4 and 10. So now we have 4 and 10. So with A, B, C, there is no 10. Because you cannot have 1 and 6 to make 10, or 2 and 6 to make 10, or 3 and 6 to make 10. The only time you can make 10 is 4 and 6, and that makes your 10 with 3 and 1. Zion, Israel connected to the moon and Saturn right over here. 13, 31, 13, 1, 1, 1, 1 equals 2, 57, 31 and 13 and 31 equals to 75. So that 6 and 4 will have 3 and 1, and then the 5 and 5 will have 22. That's where we are right now. This is our ape freedom. Here is your 22. That is your ape bust, and that is your freedom. 55. 8 bust, 77, 77, 1, and 4. So when you have, if you ever heard this expression 2-7, did I say 2 sevens or did I say 2-7? Give me a minute. I'm talking way too quick. Try to keep up with the each situation that I bring up. I'm just using too many situations. And back to the beginning, what are the biggest questions that were ever asked? And one of the questions is reality. So I think I'm going to work on that next. And if anybody wants to help this channel out by sending me a couple of 100 books like this, or pens, or gift cards, that's okay. I usually don't do this, but I'm doing it now. And don't feel bad, I'm telling you. The more you give, the more you appreciate what you do. But don't force yourself on anybody, ever. Just give me a second. Okay. So we have 4 people here. Usually when there's 4 people, usually everybody's saying something. There's something wrong with the comments. Let me see this. I'm just going to tap and see if the comments are okay. It works for me. So let me check this out. So where am I? Okay. First, I want to know, is it reality? Okay, what is the question? What is reality? So let's shorten it as, what is real? How do you define? So words we need to use is define. And then we have to use percept. Because what is your percept? What will we do, okay, to evaluate the situation of the word? How can we give it numbers? Okay, so what's going to happen here is 18 plus 5 plus 1 plus 12. So real is 36. What goes around comes around. 360 degrees. 360 times what equals 25,920, which is a base number. Lost my calculator somewhere. Let me get it. Yeah, wow. Okay, I lost my calculator, so I'm going to use the keyboard here. 25,920 divided by 360 equals 72. The answer is 72 worlds. 3 times 6 equals to 18. 3 plus 6 equals to 09, equals to a short side of 27. 1 times 8 equals to 8. 1 plus 8 equals to 9 times 8, 72, and 17. They go together, these two. Note that these two go together. One of the reasons I note it goes together, because nothing begins until 3. And since 1 and 2 came together, now we can use it as either this, and I'm not sure, or we can use it as this. In any situation, when we're looking at our phones, at our calculators, we're always seeing 147,285,369. So here we have it again. So in this row, okay, the average between 1 and 34 and 4 and 31 and 7 and 28 will all be 35. And I know because the artwork turned out that way. I can't show it to you straight up right now, but let me just fix my light. Just give me one second. I got a little problem with my light. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay. Wow. Now we got too much light, eh? Okay, so where am I right now? So that's why I bring them together. Now the second row of 2, 5, and 8, when you go to 2 and so these is first and last in this row, the last 3 rows, 2, 5, and 8, and it all equals to 37. So it could be either or of these two answers. But at the end, I didn't want to do this part. I don't know why I'm getting so much into this. Anyways, I started it. So what it is 72 times 17. Okay, 72 times 17 equals 1224, which equals to 1313. And that is in connection to area, space, and mass for what is the numeric value to the male, the female, the king, and the queen. and the moon. All noted that the queen will have 8, and the king will have 7, and the jack will have 6. To our vibration, this is where the numbers will be set up. So the king is going to be the corners of a cube, to where the queen is going to be the 3 times area, 12 times 2 colors of Rubik's Cube, to where the jack is going to be the ring. So here's how I'm going to explain it to you. What happens is the queen in the deck of cards has all her eyes. You can see them all. The king, 3 of the cards, this is 4 for 4. The king, 3 of its cards out of 4 have 2 eyes and 1 has 1 eye. And in the jack, it's 22. So jack became ape to DC in area space to mass. Passage of the 7th gate between these two over here. Again, the king and the queen, also noted as the male and the female, to where the, if you want to use man at 13 or woman, okay, at 12, to where man value and woman value equals to what is this total of 95. And when we get to the total of 95, and I'm going to get back to that, we're going to go Neptune, Einstein, where you have 28, 39, 28 equaling to 95, which is the EI world, or the EI, the time limit, or whatever. I don't really know what it is, but it's EI, which is NEWIR. This is in the base alphabet of these values. Why? Because the N is the 14th letter, the E is the 05th letter, and the W is the 23rd letter. It is what connects 1, 1, and 1 inside a roulette, noting that 16, 17, 18 equals to 51, to what is 19, 20, 21 equals to 60. But note that these two areas over here, one being 14, value 5.4, one being 23, value 5.6. So one is talking of the sun of the 7th gate. Let's call it the orphan child of 5775, 555. 14, 1 and 4 is 5. So now what we have here is we have 111. The reverse cube is 666, but the missing pieces is 555. Why? When you add up 1 through 36 on every single number, it equals to a total of 666. Take away the core of 111, where the cube goes, and you have 555, Cinco de Enero. So now we're going to take this one more step. We're going to now go 1776. And 2 times what is 888. Let me just take this out. Did I get that right? So I'm not going to pass this. So let's see what happens. 8, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 6 and 8, 14, 15, 16 and 4, 26, 28. 7, 8, 15 and 9, 24, 28, 38, 39. 7, 8, 15, 24, 26, 28. Einstein, 28, 39, 28. Movement of the clock of time and the sun to what is one stone, S and T coming together, the 19th and the 20th letter. How did we get to 19 through 11? How through 13? How was 13 created? Through 11. End result: 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 2 and 1 equals to 3. End result, now we do 1 and 3. So anyways, that's just hearsay. That's to be discussed. The total of this is 95. The total of Neptune and Einstein number 95. And like I said, this center one is Mars. But it holds the moon of Luna, which sees two sides, the side of Phobia or Phobos, the moon of Mars, and the other side of Deimos, the moon of Mars, the cubic moon. So here is your house inside the realm of Neptune. Were you able to see that? So here's the 24-hour day. Here's the 28th cycle of the moon. To what is the center of all is the birth. And here's all your numbers, however they want to work out. 8 times 8 is 64, by 8 is 512 memory, 4590 is your birth, 16, 64, 54, 108. I'm not really sure what to do with this, but I'm a little bit tired, so I think we're gonna end the video right now. It's just too bad there was no participation, which is, I know it's nobody's fault, and I'm hoping that everybody was able to see. Maybe I should hold the camera down and show this again. Yeah, there's too much. So the Mars is the dot. The only way to pass through into what is Earth is this way. You can't go this way. If you do go this way, you have to do this, and then this, and then this. We must reach corners. We can't run a jaggedy line. I mean, we don't know where we're going, so we go from corner to corner, and we just make sure we're going forward. And that becomes what I think is a little bit connection to our DNA. Okay, so this would be 1, 3, 1. And that's what this numeric value would be for here. 34, 34. And it would end up being everything about DC, CD, hot and cold, red and blue. 3 and 4 is the division of this cube. The shortest gap on this cube is 3 and 4. In between 3 and 4 is 1. In between 1 and 6 is 7. And note that the number 1 numeric value is 3 and 4, 34, equaling to 7. The opposite of the 1 is the 6. Its numeric value for the word 6, which I started to do at the beginning, okay, equals to 52. And the average of that is 17 and 1/3 times 3. That's what it is. So inside the word 6, you have 17 and 1/3. We are running the cycles of Mars gate. The value difference of a 3-letter word in every letter has a 27 value. The word 6 equals 52. The 27-letter value times 3 letters equals 81 minus the value of 6 equaling to 52. Leaves you a total of 29. That is your birth. Okay, 2 and 9, birth on the ring. Remember, in the beta world, in the beta house that I spoke before. I really got to end this. I'm tired. That in order to, I don't like this light. It's not good. Okay, maybe it's going to be like that. Okay, so what happens is I take your vibration to its eyes, and then I understand this cube over here. So the 4 on this equals to 14, because when you add up going around, it equals to 14. 6 and 2 and 1 and 5 equals to 14. 6, 8, 14. The other 2 will equal to 7. 3 and 4 equals to 7. And remember, there's to the left and to the right. When it's to the left, 6 will be up. When it's to the right, 6 will be to the side. 3. When it's to the left, 5 or 2 will be up. When it's to the side, 1 or 6 will be up. In French, they call this accent grave, accent aigu. So these cards come. So now that you know the association that Jack, Queen, King takes 3, 6, 9 cards, but there's also a change, okay? Because this equals to what the one spirit is. These will all equal to 10, but the rotation of this is 1, 4, 7, and that's the Saturn rotation. 1, 4, 7. We add it up to this world by adding 2, 3, and 4. But now we're going to add it to this world, the 8, 7, and 6. Here we got 1, right? Now we're going to look for number 4. So 6 and 7 equals to 4. 6 and 7 equals to 4. 7 and 6 equals to 4. And 8 and 5 equals to 4. 7 and 6, 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 7 and 6, 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 5 and 8, 13. The total is the uses of 39, 21, and 18. Creation of the First Reich. So you come in, and now for number 7, you have 8, 7, and 6. So it'll be what is 8 and 8, what is 7 and 9, and what is 6 and 1 over here. 17, 18, 13, 18, and 9. So you have 18, 18, and 0, 9. 45. Anyways, I didn't want to get into it. So that's that combination of what goes in order to create in this cycle the 7 months of 31 days, the 4 months of 30 days, and the 1 month in a 3-year period and a 1-year period. And that's it. I'm fried. I'm definitely fried. I can't finish with it's enough. I don't know what I didn't mention. Thank you for being here, even if I think it's full of bots. I don't know. Nobody said anything. Can't post comments to some destinations. I don't know why nothing is working. I really don't. I really don't. So have a good night. Peace, love. Remember, it's in here for all of us.